Hi everyone, welcome to Signature of Art, the place where you can add value to your life. Today in Techno Talk segment, I'm going to share information about IT service management at ITIL. When it comes to IT service management, the acronym is like ITSM and ITIL. Today we are going to see more about business consolidation, foundation projects, ops excellence in the sense of operations excellence, innovation. Okay, let's quickly get into the video. ITSM, it is like IT service management, is a process based approach to align IT services with the needs of the company, as the definition says. But let's not go more with the definition. So let me explain you. For any business, any IT business, we will be having a standard, structured or aligned step-by-step procedure. If you take it like based from like service strategy, service design, service transition, service operations, and continual service improvement, that's how we will go with the project, right? So in the same way, so ITSM as the service management, I mean like the IT service management is a process-based approach to align IT services with the needs of the company. Instead of saying company, we can say like business or any industry, because when it comes to business, it may contain any industry, be it like a healthcare, be it like IT-oriented stuffs. Anything, I mean, like we always concentrate on the configuration item. When it comes to configuration item, is nothing but anything that is linked or that is attached. I mean like any item which are given with a number. I can say, for example, if you have a IT industry, you have multiple application and you may name every application which you support with a number. That may be called that may be not that maybe that is called the CI, which is the configuration item. For example, in a healthcare domain, we may have multiple clients or we may have multiple providers. Each providers we will be providing a number or a name. So that is called the configuration item. So let's not go much deeper in the beginning itself. So IT service management is a process-based approach to align IT services with the need of the company or a business industry. So let's see why why we need ITSM. Okay, it's an industry developed and accepted best practice. Yes, always we go for best practice. It's like a step-by-step approach in order to develop your business and to give a good practice to your business in order to achieve the customer satisfaction or the client satisfaction. Next, the second thing is focusing on delivery services efficiently and effectively. Yes, always we will be looking into the then process, which is delivery services, delivery management. It is focusing on the delivery services efficiently and effectively. And the third thing is like well established in higher education. Yes, of course, in instead of education, I can say it like a higher management, well as established in higher management. How can I explain this third point? When it comes to third point, see, once you know what is your client's expectations and you want to provide them are quality services, then only that then quality services, there is one more thing within SLA, that is service level of agreement. Whatever it is promised with the client or whatever it is promised with the customer within that timestamp, if you are providing your service, then only you will get a good name with the customer, and which is called that is what it says, like well established in higher management, higher level of appreciations, be it as I told you earlier, be it in the healthcare domain or be it in the IT domain or anything. Okay, that's it. Okay, let's move into the next thing. What is services? Any cases, yes. Services are means of delivering value to customer by facilitating outcomes customers want to achieve without taking on the ownership of specific cost and risk, as the definition says. Let's not go with the definitions. Yes, what is a service? So, one customer is coming to you, but you are whatever the service, asking for you for some help, okay, some XYZ customer is coming to you, XYZ client is coming to you, asking XYZ help or provide in order to provide XYZ service to them. You are going to, as a business person, as a business, as a IT industry person, you are going to provide them the service with a quality and in the time, in a stability time, or in very shorter SLA, I can say, like a very quicker recovery. For example, one person is coming to you. Okay, let's take it in a nominal way. I mean, like a normal person, layman language I can teach you. One person is coming to you asking that his phone is not working. To going to a mobile shop is telling like my phone is not working, but because as my phone is not working, many of my works I couldn't continue. Like my day to work is depending on that. So what the person has to do, the mobile shop person, he's supposed to recover it, he's supposed to rectify the error, what is the problem, why it is happening. Based on that, you have to give the quick resolution wherein the customer who approached him, he's supposed to continue his work. Similarly, when it comes to services in the IT industry or the healthcare domain or anything, so services are means of delivering value to the customer by facilitating outcomes customers want to achieve without taking on the ownership of specific cost and risks. Okay. Uh, Next, let's move on to the next slide. It is process. What is a process? We saw what is ITSM, what is ITIL. Okay, ITIL, we can go in the future slides. We saw what is ITSM, why we need ITSM, what is the service. Now we are going to see about process. A process is a structured set of activities designed to accomplish specific objectives. Yes. You have decided that you are supposed to provide a service to the customer, but you should have a standardized pattern that's how you're supposed to provide. That's how you're supposed to uh, deliver your service to the customer or client, isn't it? So that is what it says about a process is a structured set of activities designed to accomplish specific objectives. Okay. First thing here I want to quote is that takes one or more inputs and turns them into output. Yes, correct. Whatever the input you provide to the business, whatever the input which you provide to any process, the same output you're going to get. In turn, I can tell like your output is mainly depending on whatever the inputs which you're going to provide on the business, right? Fine. The second thing is like includes roles, yes, tools and management controls. Yeah, when it comes to process, you include like resources and you have softwares, hardware oriented stuffs, everything you needed. So that's how when you clearly have a look into this picture, I'll show you that input. Yes, input is something which you are going to give, and these activities are the processes which you are going to perform. Whatever the inputs which you give, based on that it's going to perform, and output you're going to get based on the same thing. Okay guys, I'm going to give you 15 seconds, sorry, 15 seconds of time. You can have a look into this particular picture. If you have any doubts, please feel free to comment me on the comment box below, and wherein I'll teach you. I'm very happy to teach you in the next upcoming videos. Here is your 15 seconds. You can utilize it. Hey guys, I'm back on the 15th second and hope you had a clarity what we are going to see about process. Yes. Okay, let's move on to the next slide. It is process maturity. Okay, for any process or anything which we do, we always have a steps by step level, how it goes, how it starts, from where it starts, from where it ends, when it will approach. I mean, on what approach we are supposed to go, when it will reach its maturity. So similarly, we have here the first one is the ad hoc, the second one is prescribed, next is standardized, and next is the quantitative, and the final and the reach is called optimized. Yes, that is how the process gets maturity. So I'll repeat it as ad hoc, prescribed, standardized, quantitative, and optimized. Okay, now we are going to see in this slide, it's about process mature. Of course, here I told you like it's a process maturity comes with the optimization is from ad hoc to optimized state. But you should have standardized example or how I can say standardized values to tell you when the right when that when that process got maturity. I mean when that process reached the maturity level. Okay, for that now I'm going to show you something like from reactive to proactive, from system oriented to service oriented. I mean like from the process reaches from reactive to proactive, it means that it reached its maturity level. Well, from system oriented to service oriented level process, in the sense that means that this process got or reached to maturity level. Next is organizations use to accountability across teams. Next is disparate approach to consistent approach. Best efforts is predictable quality. I mean like best efforts to the predictable quality. Ad hoc improvement to metrics based continuous improvement. Okay, I'm going to give you 30 seconds for you. You can have a look into it. If you have any doubts, you can I feel free to comment me on this comment box. I'm happy to explain you on the next video. Okay, people, I'm back on the 30th second. So, as the slide explains you, the process maturity, one is from reactive to proactive, system oriented to service oriented, organization shares to accountability across team, or a disparate approach to consistent approach, best efforts to predictability, or I can say like predictable quality, and of improvements to metrics based continuous improvement. Okay, let's move on to the next topic. It is IT service management. Yes, IT service management, ITSM, as the acronym says, is a process-based application, or I can say like approach to align IT services with the needs of the company. Again, it's a you can mention it like a company or a business, as I said, for the different domains, whichever we are going to implement on. Yes, it's clearly explained. ITSM is a process-based approach to align IT services with the needs to the business or the company. And let's see what are the paradigms involved in ITSM. From managing IT as a stacks of individual components, group, and technologies, to focus on the delivery of end-to-end services. Yes, any project, any process, or any business we are focusing on, it always depends on the delivery management, how we are going to deliver this to the client or the customer. So when it comes to that, what we are going to see here is that uh, we are going to see here is like what is the delivery management, or how we are going to give the end-to-end services or deliver the end-to-end services. Okay, fine. Next, move on to the next topic. Is okay. As the topic says, it's ITSM process span all IT services. Yes, we can see it like support services, IT security, infrastructure, administrative technology, academic technology. In this academic technology, we can also include like and for an example, I have given it like academic technology, or we can say like as I told you in the beginning of our conversation, it's like. it's like IT oriented. If it is a IT industry, we can mention it like IT technology. If it is mentioned to healthcare, we can look into healthcare. When it comes to healthcare, also we have many details like be it like data center management or in the cloud oriented platforms, anything. Okay. Now we can, you may ask me like what is the purpose or why we want to go for ITSM processes or why I'm supposed to follow ITSM processes. Okay, let me see. I mean, let me take you through through some examples, or I can say like through some good things. What you get when you move from a normal system to ITSM system. Fine. Yes. So when you move from normal system to ITSM processes, these are the things you will get. One is like a choice to order. Yes, you will be organized. Reactive to proactive. Yes, you instantly respond. Unplanned to planned. Yes, when you are planned, you can give a good service to the customer or be it like the client. Next, random effect to the predictable quality. Yes, the basic thing which we are looking for and from anywhere, any person, any business is the quality. Yes, that you can look into random efforts to the predictable quality, best efforts to optimization. I repeat this for you. It's like choice to order, reactive to proactive, unplanned to plan, random efforts to predictable quality, best efforts to optimization. Fine. Let's move on to the next slide. Okay, this is like a small example. I mean, like we have to see what is the how ITSM provides operational benefits. We always want benefits. Without benefits, we are not ready to do anything, isn't it? Here I have given in the left corner, I show some dimensions. It's again like an example I'm showing you. It will give you clarity like where and all we are living, where and all the business needs the improvisation. We are good in it, so everything will be given in here. Okay, this particular slide give you an idea about it, and it's just an example. You can take it like in the left corner I have given the dimensions. In the corresponding right corner I have mentioned I mean like I have sorry, and I have mentioned the median directions. When you take overall so when it comes to dimensions for overall IT support cost, if suppose for example, if suppose overall IT support cost 16%, failed changes will be 15%, recurring incidents will be 7%, user downtime will be 10%, incident resolution time is 28%, recovery time after disaster is 40%. Okay, so I'm providing you 30 seconds of span. You can have a look into it. I'll be back on the 30th second. Yep, here starts your seconds. Hey guys, I'm back on the 30th second. I know it's not 30th second even, but still I'm back. Okay, let's move on to the next slide. So we always want to know the benefits, isn't it? Without benefits, we are not ready to do any of the work. Is correct. When it comes to ITSM, it's like we want to know the benefits. Why I'm supposed to move from normal system to the beneficial system. I mean, like the ITSM system. So ITSM, as the acronym says, it's IT service management, and it provides clear responsibilities and expectations of every individual employees, be it like a manager, be it like a normal employee, be it from L1, L2, L3, or L4, or anyone. So it gives the clear responsibilities, expectations, more for everyone. And second thing is like more targeted training. Of course, once when we know that we what are the roles and responsibilities, next thing we will be doing here is like more targeted training. For example, we have a number of explain. Okay, for example, how I can say we have 10 members in a team. but out of 10 only 8 are well technically knowledge person. How rest 2 are supposed to take uh, trained or are supposed to train on few technologies. What you will be doing, you will be sending them for the targeted training, or will be providing a good training for them in order to achieve the business continuity. Because once when they start working well, then only they can troubleshoot in time, and thereby achieve the customer satisfaction or the user satisfaction. Okay, so clearer responsibilities and expectations, and the second thing is like more targeted timing training, and the third thing is more productivity and customer satisfaction. As I explained before in earlier, it's like a when you have a clear responsibilities or expectations and all from the management, and you also got the training, it's very easy for anyone to give the productivity and the satisfaction, and to get the satisfaction from the client or the side or the customer. And the fourth one, or it is the main thing which we'll be striving for any business irrespective of any department, any domain, is that the improved reputation and the visibility of a IT staff. I can say like instead of IT staff, I can say employee here, irrespective of any domain. Okay. Next, we are going to see about the core principles of ITSM. Yes, ITSM. Can someone tell me what is ITSM? I'm keep on telling ITSM, ITSM. Can someone tell me? Yes, it is IT service management. That's good. So when it comes to ITSM, the core principles are user focused, collaborative, innovative, open. These are the four things which I want to highlight here. Next, it comes to ITSM goals. All this time we were learning about the benefits, and now it is the goals. What are the goals of ITSM? The ITSM goals is the first thing is like build credibility through the operational excellence. Yes, that is needed for, that is the basic thing which is needed from any business. The second thing is im- improved client experience through focused on the client perspective. It is like improved client experience through focus on the client perspective. Yes, if we know something, but we are supposed to, are we providing the same service, or are we delivering the same service as per the client satisfaction or as per the client expectation, whatever he or a she or how can I say, any client or any customer expectations, that is called the client perspective. Next, the third thing is efficiency with a goal of ability to redirect additional resources to the project. Yes, if client, when we know that client is expecting something else, and for that if we don't have any resources, for example, be it like the software resources or be it like a human resources, wherein we don't have a person who knows that particular technology, so we should be very generous enough, and we should be very careful enough while bringing them back to that. So that is that will provide you efficiency with a goal of ability to redirect additional resources to the project. And final thing is the job satisfaction for IT staff. I can say like instead of IT staff, it's like a client or a customer, when they will be happy. You're going to one shop, when you will be happy, when you get whatever you are expected from that particular person or for particular business or particular shop, isn't it? So similarly, so the satisfaction should satisfaction for an IT employee or any employee or employees, be it like from the management. That's what I want to highlight here. So I'm giving you 30 seconds here, so we can have a look into it. Once when you're ready, we can move on to then next slide. So here starts your 30 seconds. Have a look into it. I'll be back on the 30th second. Hey guys, I'm back on the 30th second now. So hope you had a clear principles of ITSM and the goals of ITSM. Okay, let's move on to the next slide. It is ITSM framework. It is a great thing which you are supposed to know. and it plays a major role in ITSM. As the acronym says, IT service management. So in IT service management, we have multiple things. One is IT. In the beginning, I told you ITIL, so you may have to think what is ITIL. So ITIL is about infrastructure library, like information technology infrastructure library, and the majority of the business they follow it because it's very easy for them to implement and to do. When it comes to ITIL, we do have like service strategy, service design, transition, service operation, and service operations and with continuous service improvement. These are the five things which we'll be looking into. That's how the segments will come in IT infrastructure library. So majority of the people they look into it in ITIL. The second thing we have it's COBIT as the acronym, but it will be spelled. The acronym is Control Objectives for Information and Related Technology. I repeat it for you. It's Control Objective for Information and Related Technology, COBIT. And the third thing is Capability Maturity Model. It's CMMI. We generally call it as CMMI. That's Capability Maturity Model. Next is ISO IEC 20,000 IT service management, and the final one is like application service library. We do have multiple things, many things which are we are following like many frameworks. So these are the majority frameworks we do, like few things which I wanted to highlight here. One is like ITIL, IT infrastructure library. COBIT, it's control objective for information and related technology. The next is CMMI, it's like capability maturity model. Next is ISO IEC 20,000 IT service management. Next is application service library, ASL, and other. Also, again, I'm providing the 30 seconds for you. You can have a look into it. If you have any doubts, you feel free to request me or feel free to comment me on the comment box which is below. I'm happy enough to explain you on the next video of mine. So here starts your 30 seconds and I'll come back exactly on the 30th second of this video. Yep. Hi guys, I'm back on the 30th moment, 30th second, and let's move on to the next slide. So here I'm going to teach you about information technology infrastructure library, and as I told you, we do have multiple frameworks. First, let's look into ITIL. In upcoming videos, we will be seeing about COBIT, CMI, ISO, ASL, and other stuff. Sorry, ASL and other stuff. Okay, fine. Let's move on to the next slide, which states about ITIL. It's Information Technology Infrastructure Library. As the acronym says, the best practice framework for IT service management is, as I told you earlier, many companies, many projects, they just come across and they start implementing this information technology infrastructure library, which is ITIL. It's a best practice framework for IT service management. And as I said, it is a globally recognized, evolving, and it's very flexible for everyone to implement on their business. ITIL provides guidelines, or I can say like guidance on delivering the right end-to-end services efficiently and effectively using well-defined and repeatable pros, repeatable process. So ITIL provides guidelines on delivering right end-to-end services efficiently and effectively using well-defined and repeatable processes. As I told you, it contains five modules. I can say like service strategy, service design, service transition, service operation, and continuous service improvement. Okay, and let's move on to the next slide. What is ITIL service life cycle? Yes, this is the important thing which you are supposed to know. What are ITIL service life cycle? It contains 5 stages, like holistic view of the interconnected process that makes up service management. As I told you earlier, it starts from a service transition, service design, it starts from service strategy, service design, service transition, service operations. Then it comes like this, a continuous service improvement. Okay, let's look into it. Yes, in service strategy we have many processes, like many processes we'll be having. When it comes to service strategy, in service strategy we have service management for IT services, that is one process. Demand management is another process. Business relationship management is another process. Financial management is another process. Service portfolio management is the another process. Yes. When it comes to in my future videos or in my upcoming videos, I'll teach you more about like strategy management for IT services, or like all these processes I'll teach you in the upcoming videos. Yes, fine. Next thing is the service design. Once is the service strategy. In this we have service management for IT services, demand management and business relationship management, financial management, service portfolio management. And the second thing we have here, the second module is service design. In this service design, we are going to talk about supplier management, service continuity management, service catalog management, information security management, availability management, capacity management, design coordination, service level management. As I told you already, I'm going to teach you about each individual management process in the upcoming videos. And next, after service design, we have another thing called service transition. In service transition, we have configuration management, change management, transition and planning and support. And the next is like change evaluation, service validation and testing, release and deployment management, knowledge management. So as I told you, for service strategy design, in this transition also we have these many management oriented process. In this management process also we have step by step procedures, how we are supposed to implement, what are the things we will be involved in it. So these things I'll be teaching you in the upcoming videos in the next techno talks. And the next process is like service operations. In service operation we have event management, incident management, request fulfillment team we call, or request fulfillment team we call, management we call. Next is access management, problem management, operations activities of other life cycle phases and processes. So in upcoming videos I'll be teaching you how to what are the process. When it comes to human management, we have like monitoring team, how they do other things also we are supposed to know. When it comes to incident management, we'll be having a major incident, normal incident, like major incident requesters, then like critical incidents, how to handle them, what are incident management, those things we'll be dealing with. Next come to problem, also we'll be having multiple ways to handle the problem, root cause analysis, all these things in while coming in upcoming videos. I feel very happy to share you all. So stay tuned for the upcoming videos. So the last process we will be having is continuous service improvement. It is like a seven step improvement process we'll be having. On top of all these 5 modules, we do have two particular things like service service portfolio or a catalog, or we can call it like a configuration management system, which is CMS. As I told you, configuration item we'll be having for any business. Like any item which is tagged to a number, which is called which is called like configuration item, isn't it? So those kind of management will be engaged in it. When it comes to change management, also we do have like a normal change, like a critical change management. Then we have CAB, ECAB, many more things, many more interesting things I could say. In the upcoming videos, I feel very happy to share you. Yes, let's move to the next slide. When it comes to service catalog management, let's see a few things about service catalog management. First, before seeing what is service catalog management, we should know the purpose of the service catalog management process. Okay, it is to provide and to maintain a single source of consistent information on operation services. As I told, it's like a configuration item. Anything it's tagged with a number, it's called the CI. So like that. So the purpose of a service management, the purpose of a service catalog management process is to provide and maintain a single source of consistent informations on all operation services, and those being prepared to be run operationally, and to ensure that is widely available to those who are authorized to access it. Got it? It's like a self-explanatory for you. Next, it's coming to what is service catalog. It's like service catalog is a database or structured document with information about all the live IT services, including those available for deployment. Okay, those available for the deployment is like we'll be having 100 things, but on 100 we like for telecommunication. If you take the telecommunication industry, in that also. mm, Telecommunications in the sense like telephone oriented Vodafone we have, for example, so those kind of things, Vodafone or be it like Airtel or anything. Telecommunication is like to provide the business continuity, isn't it? So the similar way, the service catalog is a database or structured document with information about all live IT services, including those available for deployment. Fine. Next is incident management. Here, I'll just give you the explanation. I don't give the brief explanation. I'll just give introduction about the incident management. What is that incident? Can anyone have an idea, or can anyone tell me what is an incident? Yes, you maybe if your answer is the same as which I'm going to tell you, then give a great applause for yourself. Yes. An incident is an unplanned interruption to an IT service or a reduction in the quality of IT services. Yes, unexpected or unplanned interruption to the business is called an incident. The purpose of incident management is to restore the normal service operation as quickly as possible is called the incident management. Fine. Next, incident management is not too concerned with finding the root cause of an incident. Yes, root cause we always deal in problem management. As I told you when I was explaining you the life cycle about ITIL, I'll be teaching you, or I'll be sharing the information when I was sharing the information about each individual module, like like process, like problem management, be it like change management. Like when we are teaching that, I'll be including the brief introduction or brief details about it. Okay, fine. So increase visibility and communication of incidents to business and IT support staff. Yes. And next, enhance business perceptions of IT through use of a professional approach in quickly resolving and communicating incidents when they occur. Next is align incident management activities and priorities with loss of business. Next is maintain user satisfaction with the quality of IT services. Next comes, you saw what is incident, what is incident management. Now comes the major incident. What is it? Yes, major incident management is something like some incidents will affect one or more services in a way that has major impact for the business. ITIL classifies these incidents as a major incident. Okay, a separate procedure with short time scales and greater urgency, and communication plans must be used for major incident. As I told you when I'm explaining you briefly about incident management process, I'll teach you. When a service critical to any business process is interrupted, many people need to know about it. So it again depends on business process owners and IT services owners and IT service desk, and also the major incident manager or incident manager coordinates the major incident process. Fine. Next is the problem management. Here also I'm going to give you only the introduction. I'm not going to give you more about the brief. Okay, brief explanation about problem management. When it comes to problem management, a problem has the underlining. We can say incident is something like some incident is happened, some unplanned interruption happened to that caused interruption in the business continuity. So problem is something related to the same, but a problem as an underlying cause of one or more incidents. The purpose of the problem management is to manage the life cycles for or life cycle of all the problems from the list identification through further investigation, documentation, and eventual removal. Fine. It's a self explanatory. And still I say like first thing is like problem identification, problem investigation, problem documentation, and problem removal. Fine. Okay. Next, move on to what is the necessity that we are supposed to have a problem management. Okay, it is to minimize the adverse impact of problems to the business, proactively prevent a reoccurrence of related incidents. Like one incident happened, and when you see the same kind of incidents keep on happening again and again. So, in order to find that, this problem management helps you like proactively prevent recurrence of incidents related to problems, investigate root cause and document known errors and workarounds, communicate known errors and workarounds to support staff to resolve incident faster. Correction of problems often involve a request for a change. We call it as a RFC. It is in short we call it is RFC. It is request for change to the service requested. Next is change management. As I told you for incident problem, again the change management, I'm not going to give you the brief definition or brief process about it. Again, it's like introduction for you. The purpose of change management process is to control the life cycle of all changes, enabling beneficial changes to make with the minimum disruption to the IT services. A change. Okay, now we saw what is change management. It's a process to control the life cycle of all changes, enabling beneficial changes to make with the minimum disruption to IT services. Fine. Now let's see what is a change. A change is a defined, we can say like any addition, modification, removal, or deletion of any CI, or I could say like any CI, any information which you want to change on it. Okay, a change is defined as the addition, modification, or removal or deletion of anything that could have an effect on the IT services. Got it now? Okay, now we can see about changes and what are the types of changes we have, and with the example, I don't want to pressurize here more. I simply tell you like changes are made of variety of reasons in different ways. Okay, in that in particular, one is like a proactive change. Next is the reactive change. That's it. Fine. Oh, Vanish, thank you so much for your valuable time and for the whole session. I don't want to prolong more. Already, it's a lengthy video. When in upcoming videos, I'll start teaching you one by one. Like if it is an incident management, it is a vast. It is like a ocean. You can learn many things inside it. Similarly for problems, similarly for change management, access management, everything, event management. So I start teaching you one by one, and how I can say thank you so much for your valuable time, which is highly appreciated. If you like this video, if you feel it's very informative, you can like, share, and subscribe to my channel for upcoming videos. If you want to learn more about ITIL, COBIT, CMMI, ISO, and other stuffs like ITSM oriented frameworks, also much more into Azure, other stuffs. Fine, into the complete the techno talk, we can talk about it. Next, if you like it, if you really feel it is very informative, you can like, share to your friends and family who are really willing to learn this ITSM topics. Fine. Once again, thank you, and stay safe, be safe, have a great day ahead. Bye. And one more thing, I'm here. Please don't forget to hit the bell button. And if you're not doing that, you won't get alerts for upcoming videos, which I'll be sharing with you. Yep. Thank you. Bye.